Good morning, folks, and thank you so much for coming on 100x Live Show. Thank you, Kinner Sacchdev, for joining us at 100x Live and talking about scaling online business. Kinner, fortunately, has been 100x portfolio company, so it has been a great engagement. What I've seen personally, how Kinner has been able to build his business and how he's helping other business grow across, right? And his company Knorish, as a co-founder of Knorish, which is an all-in-one edtech platform. He's on a mission to make online learning, a new norm for billion users. So it is my privilege and an honor to welcome you as a portfolio of Class One. It brings me a lot of pride to have you on 100x show. Today
Thank you,
we will.
Sanjay. It's an absolute pleasure and honor. I mean, you talking to me, it's always been so much of learning. So thank you so much for having me.
Sure. So let's get into the topic straight, Kinner. What's your view? How has online business changed, specific to COVID-19? Just overall business as an online business. How are things? How do you see online business? Environment. What's the landscape like? What's the ecosystem over there for online business?
Sure. So this pandemic has basically done one thing to every offline business. A lot of channels were closed. If you look at specifically people in the knowledge sector or people selling digital products, let's talk about our target audience has primarily been tutors, teachers, tuition centers. They've been experts, coaches, also at the same time, smaller institutions and even schools. All of their businesses were severely impacted. So what has the pandemic done is it has opened up an opportunity to go online. So whatever pie you were actually being a part of in terms of the offline business now could go online. By that, what I mean is that let's say a yoga teacher or a dancer was teaching in a studio. The studio is closed. There's no access. The metro lines are blocked, but they still want to get the monthly cash flow running, because this is going to get back at some point of time. So online has opened up an opportunity to go bigger and better than ever before. What has happened for a lot of these people is that they went online, started taking classes on the internet through Knorish platform, built up their online stores, which they were kind of, a lot of them were not doing that in the past. They could even reach more number of people in cities that they were never been able a part of the landscape ever before. So what they could do is they, like, let's say a teacher teaching dance or yoga in Mumbai could now teach in Surat, Pune, Delhi, Rajasthan. And this is just amazing. I've seen some people get from zero to a few lakhs in just about 10 to 14 days. Some of the new entrepreneurs who have started that, realizing that this opportunity exists now, and they were just following some of these domains as their hobbies or a side business, are now jumping mainstream. And a lot of them have started making 5 lakh, 10 lakhs within the first few weeks of launch. And if you look at schools, colleges, institutions, all of their businesses have been impacted severely. We all know that our kids have been sitting at home trying to learn from home. So I think the pandemic has, where it has impacted the old way of life, it has opened a new avenue and a possibility that people who could tap into the online sector could come back bigger and better.
Awesome. I think that's a good change what we are seeing across. But Kinner, if you had to pick out, a couple of consumer behavior changes, what's the trend you are seeing across with consumers in this pandemic? Are they willingly doing getting online? Have the adoption started happening? Is this kind of continuing? Will this continue to stay? What's your view on that?
Sure. So the consumption patterns have drastically changed considering the kind of people that I just spoke about. Now, if you look at, let's say, a 16-year-old kid or let's say a young professional, they used to think that I need to work on my job or be in my college or school and at the same time keep learning the new skill or the new technology that I'm trying to learn on, maybe coding, maybe dance, maybe improve even my scores in the tests that I'm preparing for after I finish my school. So all of this they felt, and because that's how the world had conditioned everybody, that this needs to be done in a proper way through a method of going to an institution. Maybe towns like Kota, they were taking lakhs of students every year to do courses to prepare them for their future. And look at young professionals, there are academies, executive programs that were running in physical institutions. So all of that kind of came to an halt. And suddenly it was forced upon the consumers or the learners, or anybody consuming these online products, that now there is no alternative but to be online. Life cannot stop, learning cannot stop. Now everybody inherently knows that we have to keep learning, keep consuming content, keep buying things. So all of that has turned online. And the best part about it, this has been forced, but once you have tasted this, you never want to go back to the normal. Think about what has happened with these online video conferencing. When we have started trying, a lot of people now say, I don't need to come and meet. I mean, there is no physical interaction needed. I'm not learning, let's say, judo, jujitsu. I might be just doing a business meeting or doing learning something from you, maybe in leadership or in some other domain. So once you've tasted this, you never want to go back to the normal. I mean, look at the Geo conference, the Geo AGM, lakhs of people, just attending it online. Do you think they'll all want to ever go back to the physical world again?
That's for you on the positive note, and I believe so. This is going to continue stay as a behavior. So it's a big opportunity for people who are building online businesses. So uh, please explain how Knorish works. If I were, I had a skill of, let's say, cooking, or possibly I am a great at cricket, possibly. And if I were to train across myself using Knorish platform and create training classes, how would Knorish help me, kind of? So what are the steps? Just explain in detail what Knorish does and how it works.
Sure. So there are essentially four steps to you taking your business online. Now, first, you definitely need content. You have to find that niche. Like you very well decided and defined that, okay, it's cooking. So let's pick cooking. Now we've got a few hundred academies built on cooking on Knorish. By content, I mean they've got recipes. So these recipes could be in formats of videos, documents, whatever it is. So first is get that together, put that together. If these are live classes, plan them that, in live class 1, you're going to teach this, live class 2, you're going to teach this. And then there are a couple of documents and videos. Once you have found the content, now you decide on building the right kind of website, which also could be your web app. People could consume content through that, or attend or buy your programs through the internet. Once you've done that website on Knorish, now in every step you use the platform. We have tried to build a technology stack where you don't need to use any third party tool. You just come on the platform, and right from building your website, putting all the content that you decided upon, design it well. In fact, we have there tried to help people by giving a lot of designs out of the box. So we just say, come and customize it just with a few clicks. If you can work on PowerPoint or Word environments, you will be able to do this. So just adopt your website. The third step is now start conducting classes, set a price, and go out and do sales and marketing on Facebook, social media, do organic reach out. And even for that fourth step, there are integrations. So you could start using, let's say, a mailing system. We even have an academy, classes. We do weekly sessions on how people who are able to scale from zero to a few lakhs in a few weeks, how are they doing it? What kind of funnels they need to build? Like yesterday, there was an institution which has built a completely online presence, selling few lakhs of courses. So we do training on that. So 4 steps, I'll close on that. I mean, I'll repeat them again. Finalize your content, get your design right, build the web app, then get the technology for delivering it right, set the price, and fourth is learn how to start marketing and shouting out about it. So all of this happens on Knorish.
So while you gave your insight, I'm just a layman. I don't know how to. I know cooking, but I don't know the rest of the stuff. How would Nourish help me? I mean, uh, creating so much content, video, or web app. I have no clue. So what does Nourish do? Where does Nourish come and play?
So we have tried to build an application that will help somebody who likes tinkering on the internet a little bit. No technology skills needed. If you even don't want to do that, just give us a call. Visit the website knorish.com. Give us a call. Talk to our business specialists. We have a team that's trained to get people at any skill level online. If you don't know how to even move or write a basic content piece, they'll help you. They'll show you the right way. They'll handhold you. And a lot of people on our platform, in fact, there's a large majority that signs up automatically, visits the website, they want to play with it. And what we have seen is there are like 2 minute long, 3 minute long videos. If they spend just about 10 to 15 minutes, most of the people are able to figure it out. But if you can't, we will still there. We will handhold, we'll talk to you over the phone, take control of your screen, or show you on a video call like this, where we'll handhold and tell you how to do step by step, for going live.
Awesome. That's heartening to see across that you are handholding end to end kind of stuff, Kinner. Kinner, if I were to take some costing in consideration, how would you charge me? Will this cost like a bomb to set it up? Because I'm clueless. If you can just run across what would be my total cost of ownership, how do you pay? Is this like a monthly, one time? What's the kind of charges which will be applied to me?
Sure. So, first of all, our intention has been to just enable anybody, regardless of what is the financial capability they come with. So, if you have the intention, we would find the right plan for you. And our plans start from as low as 1,000 rupees a month, which 99.9% of the people are able to recover in their first course sales, without even spending $1 on ads. They just shout out of their Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter accounts, and they get 1 to 2 sales. So that's just starting point of 1,000 rupees. We also let you come and try it for free. So you could actually make the sale in the first trial month for free, where you can set up everything and start selling your courses, and then utilize that money as a cash flow for the next month. And then our plans go into advanced levels where we have a 6,000 rupee a plan. Then we've got a 20,000 rupee a plan. But most of the content creators are able to sell to a lakh. We've seen a few lakh users on a few websites as well. On the middle plans, just spending about 2 to 3,000 on the monthly SaaS fee, they are able to get there. Plus, then there is a transaction fee. If you're trying to sell a course, we could charge you if you're using our payment service on every transaction, like every payment gateway does. So there are two components, the monthly fee and the transaction fee.
Awesome. So I can collect payments on Knorish? That's what you said?
Absolutely. Yes,
Awesome.
it's available out of the box. So as soon as you build your first piece of content, you could monetize it in the next few hours. There's no block there. It's already available.
Do I need to hire programmers to set up my training institute on Knorish?
Not at all. That's been the intention, that you come from any background, you don't have basic technology skills also, or design skills, you could just start and go live within a few hours. No programmer needed at any stage.
Awesome. And so what kind of people are there using Knorish, right? Is Knorish a marketplace?
No, so we are not a marketplace, and that's one of the big advantages, and one of the biggest offerings that we have on the platform. So let me explain what happens on a marketplace is you get a lot of in competition. By the way, marketplaces are like, let's say on Amazon you sell goods. Similarly, there are knowledge marketplaces to sell your courses. Now on those platforms, when you're trying to sell something, and let's say you're trying to do a dance class, you're going to face a lot of trouble, because other people who are already selling dance classes are going to give you a lot of competition, and that will stop your growth, because people who you send on that marketplace will also buy courses by those other people. So what Knorish is, it lets you build your website on your domain. So let's say you are called theshiningcookingclasses.com. You buy that domain yourself and build your website on that. All you need is the domain name, and you just come and get started. It's your brand. You put the pictures, you write the content, you own the monetization and the student data. So that's how it basically works. It's a completely white labeled environment where you get started.
That's fantastic. So I own my rights on the content. It's white labeled kind of. So that gives me huge advantage. How if you were to pick up the top 10 categories on Knorish, right? Which are those categories where people have created courses, yeah, you using Knorish platform? Which are those top 10, 15, categories where people have seen huge benefit with Knorish?
Yes. So the largest category has been individual trainers, and they vary between domains like dance, physics, chemistry, math tuitions. We've got leadership coaches. We've seen a lot of schools, like mainstream schools, building courses, like they want to help students in physics, maths, and all those other domains. Then we've got a lot of coaches in skills domain. So people talking about coding. We've had even motivation, inspiration. We have seen cooking. There are a lot of culinary academies, which was a surprise because we used to think there is so much of content available for free on the internet. Why people would pay? But they are some of the best sellers there on the platform. So to say, I think the eventually it's going to be in the next few months. We are going to be like a small library, like a library of books. You name a subject and you're going to find something on the platform. And when I go and look every day on the kind of courses being built, I just get amazed because like yesterday I saw a course on how to chant mantras right. So there's a course on that. I mean, there are courses on things that you wouldn't imagine would sell, and people are able to find niches and still able to get to their audiences. Like candle making has been something, pottery has been something. I've seen sketching, drawing, like all kinds of ballet dancing. So I could go on and on. But I think
Amazing.
majority is in the space of tuitions, tutors, experts, coaches that in the popular domains like dance, music, tuitions in physics, chemistry to answer that popular domain question.
Sure.
But
So
there are
we have a
over
question
5,000
here.
academies. I
Oh,
didn't
over
forgot to
5,000
mention there are.
academies, huh?
Yes, that's right. We are close to cross 5,500 in the next few days. So there's like a huge disparity of what kind of courses are out there.
Sure. We have a question here, Kinner, from Kalpana. She is asking, what are the features available to build online courses?
Sure. So, Kalpana, whatever you're looking at to build courses, and we have identified those needs. So, right from building your site, as I said, you have a web app that you need to go out with. Then you have to put online courses there in whatever format, video, content, everything. So, there are almost like 15, 16 different technology domains that come together to offer you an academy solution. So we have each one of those pieces covered. There's a little bit of learning from your end in terms of how do you want your course to be, because there are so many formats available. Like some people just put a few videos online and start selling it, and we have seen even those making a lot of money. Some people say I'm going to conduct weekly classes. So whatever your intention is, talk to us. I mean, give us a call, visit the website. There is a number there on contact us, or there's a live chat there. So talk to us. We'll be more than happy to help you and find out what's your need and tell you how you could adapt your technology need on that.
So there is a comment from Premjit. He's talking about, is this similar to Shopify? Is Shopify your compete?
No, so Shopify enables stores selling goods where the entire listing, building the website, as well as then the logistics of how it gets to somebody's home is taken care of. So what Shopify is popular for, and they've done a tremendous job at that, is if you are an Amazon seller and now you wanted to sell what you sell on Amazon also through your own store, use Shopify. But look at the online products or digital product space. It's not what Shopify is built for. You like if you're doing coaching, consulting, you need live streaming. You need and these are completely different set of technologies. And like Zoom is built on live streaming technology. Now you need video on demand. You need discussion forums. You need user authentication, certification, assessments. So it's a completely different ballgame. That's what we are built for. Whereas Shopify is built for physical products.
Awesome. So we have one more. We have one more comment saying that can teacher use your services? How can they integrate? What can a teacher do? Let's say I'm just taking tuitions at home. Is this possible for a smallest, or you need to be a big celebrity to come on Knorish?
No, absolutely. The 19, I think 95% plus people are small town or small teachers. Not teaching hundreds and hundreds of people, but maybe a 50 or 100 people group at max. And those are actually our main target audience. So of course, as a teacher, you could come on the platform, build your website. If you don't need a website, just build maybe two, three blocks or just a single block saying, I teach physics and here is the link to my join my classes. That's all you need, which will take you 15 minutes to configure, and send that link to your students. They can now start making money to book your classes. You could conduct your classes online, put recorded content, distribute notes, let them discuss stuff amongst themselves. So tons of features there that you'll get access to.
Okay, that's great. So I think this is a call out action for lots of them. If you were to pick out new domains in the online businesses, right, that entrepreneurs can get a first mover advantage, what type of businesses you would recommend to go on Knorish, right? What kind of training one should open up on Knorish?
So I see a huge demand in India in terms of personal development. So things that our normal education system leaves out. If you look globally, self-help, personal development, productivity, leadership, some of those domains are kind of really popular, and they are a few billion-dollar industry in almost every country. So I think our part of the world has got tons of content in the regular academic domains. Like if you talk about all the subjects that are in the schools, but everything beyond that, and specifically in these domains that I'm talking about, there are a lot of opportunities. Then there are a lot of opportunities if you've got a skill that other people could start making money from. Like we've seen huge success with somebody trying to teach people how to become a stockbroker because they could start earning a little bit of money. In fact, even the candle making course that I saw on our platform, there's this lady who's teaching other women how they can start making their own candles and start their own small businesses. So if you've got those skills where you can, in these tough times, help other people to make money from something that you could teach them, I think that will be great. And all these inspiration, leadership, motivation, self-help, these domains kind of help us to navigate through any of the path that we have taken as a professional or as an entrepreneur. So I see a huge room in these some areas, and a lot of domains fall into entrepreneurship enablement.
Awesome. So we have got one more question saying that it's always going to be tough. People are used to physical way of learning. So how do you shorten your process to adapt and to this new technology and learners shifting to online training sessions? How do you bring engagement? Is there a way where Knorish can help, or do you have any comments or idea how one can shorten that, and how a user engagement or user behavior online happens across, and how do you shorten that process to engage?
So sure, Rohit, I personally believe the time has never been better for people to adapt to online. Like if you look at the adaptation of technologies like Facebook in India, where people already were spending quite a bit of time on screens, they were consuming content. And these are two important words: consuming content on screen, which was in the format of video or small bits of information. So all we are now saying is that this is brilliant. You already have these devices, you have this technology. Not every subject needs physical proximity. And this is very important to understand. If you analyze any of the subject that you're trying to reach, you'll find out that most of the subjects do not need a physical proximity to be able to teach well. So that's where your advantage lies, that the adaptation would be lowest at max because they've already consumed content. You have to structure it well. And we have tried to build in Knorish an interface which stays invisible. By invisible, I mean that it should be so natural, they don't feel they need to learn anything. So if I talk about it, like if you had a course on, let's say, corporate training or something, somebody would swipe their card, buy access to that course, and straight away reach on a screen where there could be your first video saying, guys, I'm so happy to have you on board. Nothing else needed to be clicked there. And then at the end of that video, the only buttons available on screen are next and previous. So what I mean by that is that we have tried to design the application in a way where you don't have any friction because of technology or the user interface. So they're ready. They've never been ready. I think just put out the content and you'll be amazed at what happens.
Awesome. That's very positive. And great software what you built, Kinner. We have a question from Praveen. He's asking across what kind of recording quality is expected, right? Audio and visual, right? Is there any, like, you need to go into a studio to record, or I can do it from a home or a mobile? What kind of quality?
So that's a great question, and we did a session just a week before with a famous filmmaker in the South in film industry, Harish. Harish has also launched an academy on Knorish. It's called Out the Box Academy. He teaches people on how do you shoot basic content. Now he goes from spending about 3 hours, and if you are a novice, you could become as good as a filmmaker at the end of the 3 hours. But let me tell you that these days all these devices that we carry are so good. And we asked this question to Harish. In fact, you should go and watch his course. You know, he did a webinar with us, and his course on Out the Box Academy, just 2-3 hours of time. With these devices, even 5,000 rupee of a device, you could build excellent content that, let's say, 5-6 years ago could be built in a studio. And I mean that this is such an amazing opportunity. A simple mic could be bought for, like, let's say, between 600 to a 1,500 rupee price range. And these are the two things that you need. If you don't have lighting, don't worry. Just stand in front of natural lighting, and you can do amazing stuff. So spend little bit of time, maybe just a few hours, and you'll get really good at it. You'll be good at it, producing like really professional quality content. And keep watching out on Knorish Academy. We will keep producing courses on how can you hack these, with super cost effective equipment.
That's good. That's a smart way of doing things. Can you name 4 5 courses which are built on Knorish and which somebody could refer to?
Sure. So, like I said, this one is very relevant. Out D Box Academy. So it's OUT D Box Academy. If you go to Knorish, we'll share the list with people here, or on the Facebook or 100x channel. So Out the Box Academy does training on how to create content. SBY Academy does, for an instance, leadership courses. Enrichment Academy is a very popular academy now
Can you
doing
just
courses
share
on.
some domain names so that people can go on to
Sure,
the same?
I can. I think I need to need to type in the live comment section. Or how do I
No, just
private
speak
chat?
out. Just speak out. So the
Oh, okay.
domain.
Sure. So look at Enrichment Academy, enrichment as in the spelling of enrichmentacademy.com, sbyacademy.com. Then look at Out the Box Academy that we mentioned about. Thaiinstitute.in does great courses on entrepreneurship as well. And then when you are on it, I think a good idea would be also to look at Knorish.com, because we are also launching a showcase. So what we have decided is we are going to start showcasing the top 5 or 10 every month, which are actually doing really well. So that's kind of going to give you the right names and spellings of all the most well-doing academies or on the platform. So I think
Sure.
check out
So
these three. Out the Box Academy is my would be my recommendation for all creators out there, because you need to learn how to create excellent videos.
sure. So Vinay is asking, do you have any restriction with respect to content? Right, you are a white label, so it should not be. But still, this is a great question.
So Vinay, no, there is no restriction on the type of content you can do on the platform. Come with anything. You have videos and unlimited videos. We are not capping any bandwidth. We are not capping any storage. So bring as much as you have, and bring any kind of format, whether it's a document, a PDF file, a PowerPoint, Excel. Bring whatever you have on the platform, and you're going to be able to upload it and relay right to your audiences. So yes, I mean, content is all open. It's content agnostic. Any subject, any size, just bring it on the platform.
So Ravindra is asking, do you have tools on trainer participant engagement? So how can I measure across how good my engagement is? Is there any measurement tools? Is there any stats
Yes.
which I can get across?
So yes, Ravindra, we have analytics in the back end, and you can filter out the analytics on every course level. Like if you've done multiple courses, you can see how well the courses are doing. You want to go granular, we have also built an integrations dashboard. Just integrate Google Analytics or several other tools. Like if you're using Facebook for bringing people in, use Facebook Pixel. So you could go as granular as you wanted. The platform gives you an analytics dashboard right out of the box, and then you can keep building with other tools. Like we've also seen people doing AdSense integration. You could do header footer codes with a lot of other platforms like Hotjar to watch how people behave on your website, and after they've adapted onto your platform, how do they get the user actions inside the course. So keep as like we give you all the options, and we continue to build on them, as we are hearing from a
So
lot of
what are the key metrics which you would recommend in online training business or online education business should track across? What are the key metrics?
Sure. So I think beginning, you will have to really look at the number of content pieces, and this is the most important one when you're building the course. So when you're building the course, look at how big the average duration of your content piece is. Like if you do videos, make sure that the metric for that is really small, because people would watch it more. Once you've relayed the course, then look at how many people visit the website and how good is your funnel conversion. So if you built a funnel which is a 3-step funnel, like people watch an ad or they look at your tweet or Facebook post, and then they land on your landing page, try and monitor those numbers. Because when you see that, okay, I've got 5,000 people landing on my web page, how do you start converting more of them becomes really important. So this is one important metric to follow, that how do you bring more traffic on the site. So you have to count on what is the landing on the page, and Facebook, Google, any of the ad tools that you're going to use will give you that number. Then you will have to look at how many queries do get generated on the platform. So like how many people convert through an automated funnel, and how many need a touch point with you to be able to talk to you about. Then on the terms of, if there are ad spends, look at what is the ratio. Like if you spend 50 rupees on, let's say, one ad method, how much profit it brings you. So that metric will help you tweak your pricing for the course. And there, an important point to mention is that pricing is really important. Price the course right. And when you're pricing it, if you want to give a discount and experiment with it, discount it in the beginning. So if you think that my course is worth 5,000, don't start giving it for 500 rupees from day one. Show on the platform that it's a 5,000 rupee course, but discount it for 30 days. Because if you've discounted or started from 500, you can never go back to 5,000 again. But if you were showing that it's a limited period discount, you could roll back once you figure the matrix of landing, conversion, and the paid ads to your paid conversions is right. So I think those numbers are super important. There are a lot others, and we plan to do a session in the next few weeks on Knorish, specifically for this. So would want you to join that and learn more about this.
So Vinay is asking, is this like an exclusivity which is there on your platform kind of stuff? And do you bind the course exclusive on your platform? I
So
think he has misunderstood that this is a marketplace. So if you
yes.
can just clarify on that.
No, of course not, Vinay. There's no exclusivity or binding of the course on the platform. It's pretty much open for you to try and experiment with other, avenues out there. But once you build your own brand, I think 99% of the people globally, and it has been seen for the last few years, they want to stick to their own brand and grow it. So what we are offering is build it on your site. No exclusivity, just get your courses. If you want to move them tomorrow or don't want to do it, you have all the rights to your content. All the intellectual property stays with you, so you can take it away whenever you.
So Rohit has sent out a question and a comment here on YouTube. How do I collect payments? Do I need other tools for it on Knorish?
No, Rohit, when you come on the platform, everything comes out of the box. So you don't need to integrate with other tools. We do give you options to integrate other tools if you want to in the integrations panel. But as soon as you sign up on the platform on day one, right after you build your offering, you are ready to accept payments. We've built all the tools, and it's out of the box available to everybody.
Awesome. So, what's the future with Knorish? What's what one should expect with Knorish? You guys just raised a pre-series A round. What's next happening at Knorish? Give some insights here.
So sure, we in terms of business, we are seeing a tremendous growth because, as I mentioned, a lot of people are just stuck with their businesses that were offline. So I think this is an unprecedented time, and we want to help more and more people. That's where the goal of helping a billion people comes in. We are trying to help people launch their businesses. So we'll continue to provide them more tools. At the moment, we have a set of 15, 16 different technologies available to them. We'll continue to offer them solutions like at the moment, I see a tier 4 guy only available to shoot a course with a mobile. He does not even have a laptop or a tablet. So that's all going to be launched in the future. In the next few weeks, we our live streaming is which is at the moment being used by a few schools, is going to be available for everybody else to launch live streaming for courses or for events or whatever your digital solution is. We are looking to raise Series A. We are already in talks with funds for that, which the new funds will be utilized to expand globally, as we already see traffic on the platform from Middle East, Africa, some other parts of the world, which is all organic. We don't advertise actively there. So that's all happening. Our focus is going to be enabling people more and more with automatic onboarding on the platform, which we enable even right now. But we want to handhold. Like you asked that question, if somebody is not that tech savvy, and we get a lot of those people. So we'll keep improving on that muscle. We'll keep helping schools, because at the moment we see there are lakhs of schools in this part of the world where they are stuck, and they need a
So
lot of
that brings
handholding for
to, I
technology.
think, Kinner, that brings to Vinay's question. Right now, K-12 and higher education think that if they've installed MS Teams or they have Zoom license, they've gone digital. Any comments like, how different this would be than Zoom or using MS Teams?
Sure. Now, this is a great question. Considering when you were pre-pandemic, there were so many free tools available even at that time, and where Microsoft Teams is also a free tool for schools to go live and digital. But if you look at the kind of support technology that you need to go online, the tool is not built specifically for that environment. It is basically their Zoom kind of tool, which is a meeting tool, encapsulated in a small module, which helps schools kind of put some kind of files together. But what we have built is a custom made solution for it. This is like in Zoom, when the session ends, everything ends. Well, whereas on Knorish, we enable you to distribute content based on classes. You can configure teams. You can do live streaming, which is inbuilt into the platform, made in India by us, using our bandwidth, our technology for your teachers. So all the problems of privacy that exist on these platforms, where you see some student, and we have watched hundreds of hours of this content between our team, we have seen that a student could just pop up with a question or with a mischief, and this it is so tough for the teacher to either focus on the content or on the student management. Whereas on our platform, we have custom built it for that purpose. You don't have to worry about any of those things. And on top of all of that, we have tried to build a support system where we are a phone call away. We are going to dedicate an account manager for a school, where we handhold them, give them access to a lot of training, and we consult and help them build and utilize this solution in their environment. So I think there are a lot of differences in terms of free solutions. They were already there. But you need a lot of tech support, your own developer, programmers to configure them to your needs, which we with our product are trying to get away with. We want to help schools no matter what is their requirement. We want them to continue teaching now and beyond the pandemic.
That's awesome. So I think, Kinner, we have crossed our 30 minutes. We are now touching almost 40 minutes with all the interesting questions which came up. Any closing comments which you have for audience in terms of if they are looking across to go online, or if they are setting up their new business, and how do they scale up? What would be your closing comments and advice?
Sure. So I would just like to just focus on one aspect, and this is what keeps me so excited about this domain. A few, let's say 150, 100 years ago, the only way to learn about some subject was books. You had to go to a library, read a book, and learn about it. Now, with online courses and with this pandemic, the world is changing forever. you'll have to remember these words, and let's say a year from now, the size of this market will be enormous, and you have the ability. If you had to write a book 150 years ago, it would be so tough, because writing a book takes a lot of time. But if you have knowledge in you, if you're a professional who could teach something to someone who has a skill, go out and do it. You'll be amazed at the potential. You could actually change lives, and at the same time make immense amount of profits. And this will be good money, where you'll get a satisfaction, you're impacting lives, and you're able to teach people, and at the same time make heavy revenues for your business. A lot of people don't understand that online courses are one of the most hot selling commodities right now, because the world is hungry for knowledge. And for some reason, last 15-20 years with social media, the attention spans of this generation has gone down. We don't read books to learn a new topic. We like to watch videos and do online courses. So the opportunity is convert all those millions and millions of books and more, and the skills for this generation in today's time online. So I invite any of you to check out on the platform how you could turn your hobby and knowledge into your profession. And we are here to help you. Thank you.
So we have some closing questions, Kinner, which you please can answer across. Any trial period which you provide?
Of course, there is a 30-day trial period on the platform, and we don't stop monetization in those 30 days. So if you could build, and a lot of people build their academies in just 1 to 2 days. So do that, and you could be earning money in the third or the fourth day. Keep doing that without paying anything. And then you could roll over to a paid plan after 30 days. In fact, we might very soon launch a free plan where you will be paying a higher transaction fee, but still being able to use the SaaS for free. So there won't be a fee for the monthly use in that plan.
So we have a comment from Parul. She has modules for school teacher training program for health. How can she come on Knorish?
So that's a great domain. I think much needed. Just go on to knorish.com, talk to one of our consultants. In fact, you could sign up for a free trial today. Watch the first quick start video for 3 minutes. And if you get stuck, there's a chat available. We are available on a phone call. So get in touch with us. We would love to have you on board. We'll help you with the rest of it. So go on knorish.com, sign up for a free plan, and start from there.
Somnath is asking, how would you address vernacular education market, especially when handwritten assessments or tasks are there? What's an option available on Knorish? How do you crack the assessment or tasks?
So we have first, let me take the language bit of it. We have academies that are doing content in Sanskrit, Bhojpuri, even in, I think, Andhra, there is a school that's going to do 2 local languages. So the platform lets you build your content in any language, so to say. Now, when you come to an assessment bit of it, we have an assessment engine which lets you put subjective questions or objective questions on the platform. If you're doing objective, you could build an intelligent engine in the backend where you don't need humans to mark it. You can set the pricing, set the right kind of answer weightage, that okay, this is the right answer, this is the wrong answer, and it automatically gets marked. You can even link certification to it. So all of that can be automated. But when you ask me about handwritten assessments, I think my comment there would be, you'll have to bring your target audience into this time and period. They'll have to get comfortable either with a mobile keyboard based input or using a basic tablet or some other device to answer. Because if they handwrite, they'll still have to get it across to you, which might be clicking a picture. So I think an easier way for you to be able to crunch, utilize, and analyze that data is basically by letting them input it through the keyboard. So that's another piece of training that I would highly recommend your target audience should get into.
Gotcha. This is question as a last question. We'll pick it up from Ninad. Can Knorish launch across globally? Is there a geographical restriction? If you are based in India, can I launch everywhere? How does it work? And if I'm in US, can I launch across? Is there any geographical restrictions using Knorish?
No, absolutely not. By the way, hi Nina, thank you for that question. This is no geographical restriction there on the platform. You could use it in any part of the world. We have our CDN. CDN is like content distribution network spread across the world. We use some of the best cloud services out there on the internet. And in fact, if you wanted in the US, the best payment service is offered by a gateway called Stripe. It's one of the largest. So, right in 5 minutes, if you have a Stripe account, you could connect that with the platform and start accepting payments in your local domain, get payouts where Stripe is a popular service in the US directly. So, there is no restriction on any part of the platform to use it in any part of the world. It's basically a global offering.
Thank you so much, Knorish, on coming at 100x Live. We had a great session, and you gave good insights in terms of how one can, scale their business online. Use Knorish, guys. Anybody who is interested to put up their training, their skills, their talent online, and monetize your knowledge. Visit knorish.com, knorish.com for more details, and have a great day. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Kinner, to be
Sanjay.
on
It's been such a
100x.
pleasure. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Thank you.